Welcome to This Explainer. Right at this very second, millions of people are waking up and kickstarting their day with a warm glass of lemon honey water. It sounds perfect, right? I mean, it's the simple, natural morning routine that detoxifies your body, boosts your immunity, and supposedly gives you that glowing skin. But is the truth actually that simple? Today, we're going to dive straight into the morning routine of millions to uncover the real science behind warm lemon honey water.
But here's the thing you really gotta ask yourself. Is this daily habit actually a natural miracle for your body? Or could it secretly be acting as a silent poison if you're mixing it up wrong? Recent medical data shows that the boundary between a healing elixir and a surprisingly harmful brew is shockingly thin. A habit that seems completely harmless could quietly be wreaking havoc on your body.
Okay, let's dive right in. We've mapped this out into 4 quick sections today. First, the power of nature. Then, hidden damages. Next, the red zones. And finally, a proper safety manual.
All right, Section 1, the power of nature. Let's validate what you probably already suspect about the undeniable, science-backed power of these ingredients.
Think of it like a perfectly balanced scale of 2 extremes. You are essentially combining 2 incredibly different forces here. On one side, you've got lemon, literally a sharp, highly acidic force with strong antifungal properties. And on the flip side, honey. It brings these wonderfully soothing, protective qualities, and it's absolutely loaded with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds. Together, they create this powerful double-edged sword that fights off bacteria. But, as you'll see, that sharpness needs some strict control.
To put the raw nutritional power into perspective, just one tiny 60-gram lemon packs up to 30% of an adult's entire daily vitamin C requirement. That is massive. It basically builds an ironclad immune shield against viruses and is quite literally the golden key to boosting collagen so your skin stays smooth and vibrant.
And then you add the other half of this duo, honey, which acts as this incredible natural shield. It is packed to the brim with flavonoids and polyphenols, which are basically true warriors against inflammation. Plus, it brings in natural digestive enzymes that make your gut super happy, completely wiping out bad bacteria with absolutely zero risk from bad cholesterol or harmful fats. Sounds like pure magic, doesn't it?
Well, as we know, medicine is rarely just a rosy picture. That brings us to Section 2, hidden damages.
Take a look at that number right there, 2. Any guesses what that stands for? That is the extremely high, highly acidic pH level of pure lemon juice.
To put that in everyday terms, a pH of 2 is chemically exactly the same as household vinegar. So yeah, you are dealing with a highly destructive, wildly potent acidic environment. This simple chemical truth completely explains why a quote-unquote natural ingredient can actually wreck your internal tissues if we don't process and prepare it correctly.
If you just toss this back in properly, especially on an empty stomach, that acid basically acts like a corrosive pool in your gut, triggering massive acid reflux and literally creating ulcers. And your mouth, that same citric acid irreversibly eats away at your tooth enamel, leaving your teeth yellow and super sensitive. Oh, and get this. For your brain, the active compounds in lemon are known triggers for incredibly stubborn, persistent migraines. Crazy, right?
Which brings us to a really critical point. Section 3, the red zones. We need to identify exactly who must sit this trend out.
Because natural doesn't automatically mean safe for everyone. If you've got stomach ulcers or acid reflux, you gotta take this off the menu right now, or that acid will just make things so much worse. Same goes for diabetes, since the natural sugars in honey still spike your blood sugar. Folks with severe liver cirrhosis have to pass on this too, because honey actually forces an already compromised liver to overwork. And if you suffer from pollen allergies, even trace amounts of pollen hiding in that honey can trigger severe hives.
But here is the most alarming red zone. There is an absolute life or death boundary for babies under 1 year old. This is because of a bacteria called Clostridium botulinum that naturally hangs out in honey. An infant's digestive system is just way too immature to fight it off, and even a tiny accidental drop can cause fatal botulism. It is a stark reminder that we always have to respect our body's limits.
Okay, let's release some of that tension, shall we? Moving on to our final stop, Section 4, the safety manual.
How do we actually harness all those amazing benefits without the nasty side effects? Well, first off, we have to fix the most classic mistake out there, water temperature. Toss that boiling water out immediately. Using boiling water instantly destroys the fragile vitamin C and completely neutralizes those precious honey enzymes. What you really want is warm water, right in that sweet spot of 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. It dissolves the honey perfectly and safely dilutes that harsh acid.
So here is the exact foolproof recipe backed by medical guidelines. Step 1, start with 200 milliliters of that perfect 40 to 50 degree warm water. Step 2, add exactly 2 teaspoons of pure honey and make sure you fully dissolve it first. Step 3, only then do you squeeze in the juice of just 1 to 2 thin lemon slices. Do not get overzealous and squeeze half a lemon in there. Sticking to this exact ratio guarantees you're getting a healing elixir, not a cup of acid.
And please, whatever you do, never drink this on an empty, growling stomach. The golden, safe timeline looks like this. Wake up, eat a nice, full breakfast to physically coat and protect your stomach lining, and then wait about 30 minutes to 2 hours before having your drink. Doing it this way safely boosts digestion, cuts down bloating, and supports weight loss, all while perfectly protecting your gut.
Oh, and here's a tiny but incredibly mighty pro tip for you. Always use a straw. Like we talked about earlier, acid is your tooth enamel's worst nightmare. Using a straw ensures that acidic liquid bypasses your mouth entirely and goes straight down your throat, saving your smile from permanent erosion and yellowing. Such a simple trick, but an absolutely massive payoff.
So bringing this all together into our expert manual, it's really all about looking at the big picture. You're balancing those phenomenal immune-boosting and skin-glowing benefits against the very real need to protect your stomach, your teeth, and vulnerable folks like infants. This is basically your ultimate cheat sheet for harnessing this natural remedy properly.
Knowing what you know now, that incredibly razor-thin line between a healing elixir and a corrosive acid, is it time you upgraded your morning routine? Nature holds incredible power, for sure, but it only truly nourishes us when we approach it with a smart, scientific understanding. Don't just blindly follow the hype. Protect your body. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, here's to starting your mornings with vibrant, totally safe energy.